Okay, so I'm officially recording. So, two of these girls both talked about social media, and I thought, okay, well, this will be like a really good topic. And I'm sure Annie, you know Jilly Sue, like the
Mhm,
master of all things social
mhm,
media.
totally.
And I really,
Love.
really, really like her trainings because she literally just gives you pointers. There's no
Mhm.
fluff, there's no
Yes.
wasting time. It's like, do this, do this, do this, don't do this, do this. And it literally is like just bam, 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 bam. And then she's done. And I love her approach. I
I do
love her
too.
information. It is amazing. So, quite a bit of my content is going to come from her. And so I'm literally just echoing and dittoing everything she said because it's just so easy. It's easy to duplicate what her training is because it speaks to me. Um,
Yes.
and so pretty much if you ever have listened to Jilly Sue or follow her on any kind of social media, specifically Instagram, um, she is like the goddess of Instagram. She
Mhm.
knows her stuff, and what's great is
Yeah.
she doesn't like hide any of it. Like she'll tell you everything she's doing, because she's just like so giving. She's like, I want everybody to
Mhm.
know this. So a lot of my training is a lot of what I'm saying is coming directly from her. So if you like what you hear from me, watch her on YouTube, follow her on Instagram, like do all the things. um I mean, I do, and I love what she's doing, and I'm a lot more conscious of my social media posts just from like knowing why she does what she does, and that it's all about like attraction marketing and um, being consistent and being strategic. It's so interesting to me because
Mhm.
everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. So my training is going to be a little different in the sense of it's going to be somewhat fast because that's how she does it. She just gives bullet points. And so, hopefully we can be out of here in 45 minutes, not 2 hours like we normally do because we love to talk and there's nothing wrong with that. But this one is going to be a little different because it's just going to be like here, here, here. So if you guys want to get, your notes or whatever, pad of paper out, um, I'll just go ahead and just dive right in. So one of the first ladies that I heard from, Annie Q is in the house. Where's your wine? Oh, she's connecting to audio. Annie, where's your wine? Let's see your wine. That's what I'm talking about. Love it. Okay, Annie, just to recap real quick, I'm just going over how to be social on social media. Like literally 100% of my notes come from two speakers that I heard, and one of them is like the epitome of social media. Her name is Jilly Sue. She's absolutely amazing. Um, so get out your notepad because I'm going to be just kind of like going through stuff pretty quick because that's how she does her training. Um, but before I get to Jilly's stuff, I listened to another girl and I didn't write down her name and I feel terrible. I think her first name is Stacy Behringer. I don't
Uh-huh. Yes,
Is
I
that her
know
name?
her.
Stacy? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And she's great too. She knows what she's doing. Her thing was on attraction marketing. I didn't take notes on everything she said, but things that just kind of like appealed to me and spoke to me, I wrote down. And so basically when it comes to attraction marketing, and just being social on social media, the number one thing is you need to provide value. You have got to put value out there. Otherwise, people aren't going to comment, like, DM you, whatever. It has to be about them. You have to provide value for other people, not just for yourself. So, Stacy talked about providing valuable information before you even try to sell. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so important. Cause I think for all of us, it's just, here's a warmer for $35 and it's my favorite. And I think you need one too. What kind of value are you giving that? Like, there's no value in that. So she does a lot of just showing things without even talking about Scentsy. You know, have a warmer in the background, but don't even talk about Scentsy. And a lot of what I'm talking about, honestly, Annie A does. Like, she's so good at that. And I think it's because you've learned, and I'm talking like this because you're down there. And I think a lot of that is because you do follow people who know what they're doing. And so a lot of what I'm saying you'll get and you probably do anyway. But and same with you, Annie Q. You're really good at that too. And Holly, you could be amazing too. I apologize. I'm not familiar with your Instagram. I don't know how you are on social media, but hopefully some of this can help.
Wait, this isn't Holly that I've met before.
No, her name is Holly LaFlower. Am I saying that right? Oh, sorry, she's muted. But yes, Holly LaFlower, and she lives north of me in Texas, and she is under one of my directors, Dawn. So she's a newbie, super
Holly.
happy. But yes,
Hey,
it's
I'm
not
not
pink.
that new.
Well, she's a newbie to our Zooms.
Been
So
here
yay.
for 5 years.
Yay. I'm glad you're here though. That's awesome. So you want to provide valuable information before you even try to sell. You know, that's, we really, the industry, we just kind of want to get rid of that. And we want to be taken more seriously. And so we don't want to be gimmicky. We don't want to be infomercial, anything like that. A common denominator that I hear a lot of people talk about when they talk about social media is you want to find people that have the same commonalities as you. So that could be like for Holly and Patty, they both love Disney. So of course, their commonalities are going to be with other people who love Disney. And they can provide value to those people because there's already that commonality, you know, that Disney people, in a good way, they're crazy about Disney. They'll buy anything that is Disney. And so it's real easy for them to market and provide value to those people. And it's probably going to be an easy sale, but you don't want to lead with that. You want to lead with that commonality. So for me, and I'll kind of go into this a little bit more, that once you find people on social media, and I'm assuming you guys are already following people probably that have nothing to do with Scentsy, but you have other things in common with them. So Annie Q, you could be following people that are living in the same style of home that you are and have those same goals as far as remodeling, and you love keeping the essence of an old home and those things that are historical about an old home, like the bones and the wood, the flooring, but then making it modern. So you probably follow a lot of people that do the same thing as you and love the same things as you, right? Annie, you might follow other dental hygienists. You might follow other people that love, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to connect with you here. You probably follow people that love supporting small businesses like you do, because like I see you out, you know, at like Native, and just how like you post about it and you're like, I love this place. I'm here like once a week, da 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 da. And so we all have people that we follow that have absolutely nothing to do with Scentsy, and it's because of that commonality, right? Because we are not just Scentsy. We have so many facets to our life, whether it's a musical talent, a sporting, athletic ability, our kids, you know, religion, politics, social media, or I mean, like if you love gnomes, I'm obsessed with gnomes. So I follow people on social media, right, who make gnomes, or I love decorating. I like Ray Dunn, but I'm very picky on my Ray Dunn pieces. So I follow an Instagram account for tiered trays because I love tiered trays. And so I always am looking for ideas on how to decorate tiered trays. So we all follow different accounts, and that is great. So what you need to now be doing, if you're not already, is with those common interests, you want to like their posts, like every single one of their posts. Just scroll, double tap, scroll, double tap. Because by you showing that you love their feed, and the more they see that your name is amongst one of those that likes every single one of their posts, they're going to be like, oh, wow, like Annie really likes a lot of my stuff. That's really cool. I want to go check her out. Like, what is she about? If she's liking all my posts, we must have some things in common. So they're going to then go to your account if they're not already doing that. And they're going to be like, wait, you like restoring old homes too? Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, DM me. We've got to do blah, blah, blah. And it goes from there. And that's where like the networking comes in. So you definitely want to find those people with the same interests. You want to start interacting with them. It is all about interacting, the likes, the comments, the DMs, like on stories, you can send like a reaction. And I love it. I love doing that, especially with Annie A, because she always comments back and is like, thanks for the love. And that's what it's all about. That seriously, that's what it's all about, is that interaction, because interaction creates even more interaction, which goes both ways. You interact with these companies that you love and these people that you love and their ideas. And then they're going to do the same thing for you because they get it too. They get that the interaction is really important with social media. Post quality photos. That's a huge one. Obviously, you know, Scentsy has some great images on their thing, but what is really trendy right now and what's trending is real life photos. Even if they're maybe not yours, if somebody has a real life photo like Annie A, everybody is screenshotting because they're so beautiful. She uses beautiful aesthetics and beautiful lighting and filters, and just everything is just so beautiful that everybody's like, screenshot, I'm stealing this. And that's okay, because it's still a real life photo. It's not just a screenshot from the workstation. Like, you always have to put yourself in the shoes of your potential customers. Is that what you would want to see? Like, I want to see pictures in real life. I want to know what it looks like on this thing, or, you know, and we get the sayings all the time of, oh my gosh, I love how you put it on that stand. Do you sell the stand too? And you're like, oh, I got it from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, I don't sell those. But that just shows you how much real photos make an impact, because they're looking at everything in the picture and how you put it all together, and they want it all. Like, I see a picture of Annie's and I'm like, can I just buy all of that? Like, I want the warmer, the stand, I want the flowers, the vase, the window, it's just like, and it's so beautiful. And that's what we want to do, is we want to provide that beautiful value, and just lovely eye candy, because it attracts people. Reels are really important right now. So obviously you guys can tell I'm kind of focusing on Instagram. I love Facebook. I think it has a place and it's wonderful. And I post there too, to my VIP group. But I get way more interaction on my Instagram accounts. And Jilly Sue, she does like 99% of her stuff on Instagram. And so when I'm saying like reels and videos and stories, like, dive into those. Seriously, those are awesome. They're fun. And then another really important thing that they both talked about was show your life, because that's what people want to see. We all want connection. We all want that intimacy, if you want to call it that, with somebody else, to go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who has gone through that, or feels that way, or has that kind of funky sense of humor, or, I'm so glad I'm not alone. There is somebody else out there that was brave enough to share an experience, a story, a traumatic event, whatever it might be. And there's always going to be somebody out there that has those same feelings. You know, we're not alone. It just takes that courage to just kind of open that door on your life and say, this happened to me, and I really want to share it because I know I can't be the only one. And so people want to see your real life. So as far as how that relates to being social, kind of goes back to finding people with the same common interests. So like what was really interesting for me is Jilly Sue is really into gut health and homeopathic stuff and just healthy living and clean eating. And a lot of that is because she had breast implants that were literally killing her. And she always felt like something was wrong and doctors wouldn't ever listen to her. And so she kind of just lived with it and was experiencing all these really bad health issues. And she finally got them removed and didn't have anything put back in. And like her life completely changed. And that I think easily could be something that you would keep to yourself, but she's very vocal about it. And because of that, it has led to her discovering all of this kind of alternative eating, cleaning, probiotics and gut health. And, you know, she wouldn't have known this if she hadn't have gone through this. And so she's making it a very positive thing. And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, you know, I just had mine removed because I had a recall on mine. And so we were able to connect on a completely different level besides Scentsy. And so now I feel like I have this like totally different level of friendship with her because we've both kind of been through something somewhat similar. And so just know that people want to see the real you. And so don't forget you when you're being social on social media, because people want to see you. They want to see your life, your kids, you know, your friends and your activities. But, you know, put some Scentsy in there every once in a while, depending on how you want to do it. But truly, it's all about making connections because that's what comes first. And then the Scentsy comes second. The sale comes second. The hosting comes after that. You've got to build those relationships because you've got to build that relationship of trust before you even approach them about Scentsy, because they want to know that you're actually like truly friends with them before you're like pitching them on the next Scentsy warmer, because that just comes off as being selfish and fake and kind of just yucky, you know. And we don't want to portray our industry as that. For us, it's about making those connections and making those like honest to goodness friendships with people. And then they're going to start looking at your account and they're going to be like, wait, and let's say, you know, you did a fun little video about our wall fan diffusers and you never told them about it, but they see that on your account and they're going to be like, hold up, wait a minute. Okay, well, I have this really great friendship with her and that's really cool. I'm going to ask her about that because I know she's going to be truthful with me. And she didn't come to me first with the wall fan diffuser. I'm asking her about it. And so that just works out so much better if you kind of do it. And you got to really be strategic about it. That, you know, maybe have an Instagram like business account and then an Instagram family account. That's what I have. I have 2 Instagram accounts. One is for like all my like silly family things, all my running pictures, you know, like family stuff is on that. And then my Scentsy account is just Scentsy. And I figure if they want to be friends with me outside of Scentsy, then they're more than welcome to look at my other Instagram account. But I really do try to keep it separate. I can count on one hand how many business related things I put on my kind of like family account. In 1 month, I probably maybe do 1 and maybe not even that. So make sure that, I mean, if you can in your head do both at the same time and have both accounts and do certain number of non-Scentsy posts and then a Scentsy post, that's great. I mean, if you can do that, that's awesome. Because you do definitely want to be strategic and you want to be consistent. And then another thing is you want to share things that are worth saving. And what I mean by that is, let's say you post a tip on how to clean the wax out of your warmer. And that's a huge thing that Jilly Sue talks about is when you provide value to somebody, in my mind, I'm thinking of ideas, tips, ways to make their lives better that I can help them with in regards with Scentsy. So obviously we can make their spaces smell better, but we can make their dogs smell better or animals. We can make their bathrooms, their kitchens, their laundry rooms. You know, we can make so many things in their lives better, not just because of the product, but because of the business opportunity. We never want to forget about that. But to me, that is what is providing value, is what is in it for them, because it's not about me. It is about them. And how can I provide value that they will view as being worth saving? So tip of the week, you know, you can do like a tip Tuesday or a tip Thursday or whatever. And you, like today I consciously sat down. My daughter got her teeth whitened today at the dentist. And so I was sitting there for an hour and I was like, okay, I've got this image of a cute basket of cotton cleanups. How can I make this a valuable post? So I was very like strategic about it. I mean, even with my words, I'm like, I have to make this valuable. I can't make it about me. It's got to be, how can this product serve you? How can this product save you time, save you money, make your home smell better? Like, it's got to be all about how it can benefit them. And so my hope is that somebody would be like, oh my gosh, I need to screenshot this because I want to include these in my next order. So you want to make it worth saving. So, you know, I guess what's really hot right now are like recipes, or like, let's say like smoothie recipes. Well, you can put in there tip, add half and half or whatever. I don't make smoothies. I'm just throwing this out. I'm going to add a tip into what I do to make my smoothies even better, in the hopes that somebody will screenshot this so that the next time they make a smoothie, they can refer right back to my post. I hope that makes sense as far as creating content that is worth saving. You want people to save your content for future use. So keep that in mind when you're doing your posts. If I were to receive this as a post, would this be worth saving in my camera roll for future use? Obviously for me, any image that I think is beautiful, heck yeah, I'm going to save that. Like, y'all should see my camera roll. It is nothing but pictures for future posts. So keep that in mind. Another really big thing that I am now starting to really like learn is hashtags. Like, I get it. Hashtags are like super popular, but I never realized how important they are until last week when Kristen was talking about hashtags and how she follows certain hashtags. Literally, guys, up until last week, I followed no hashtags because I didn't get it. I didn't know why that would be important to me. So now I follow a bunch of hashtags that she recommended, and I've gotten a lot of great images that I've saved. And then also, like, I do actually use the same hashtag on my business account because it goes with my name. So like my family one is Side of Mayo. My Instagram one is Scents from Alexis. And then my team name is Get Sensified. And so I use that as my hashtag on every single business post. So like I said, you got to be consistent and use the same hashtag, not all the time, but if you're doing a warmer, Scentsy warmer, because you just don't know if people are looking up things by the hashtag. So I think, Annie, you're really good with hashtags, right? On your posts, you do a lot of hashtags, right? don't you?
I think you can only do 30 on
Okay.
one post. So I always am pretty selective about which ones I do. I do look at the greats. I do look at their hashtags and which ones they're using. And I also try to pick ones that don't have a lot. Sometimes when you like search hashtags, I try to find the ones that don't have a ton on
Yeah.
them, you know, a ton of posts. Sometimes the ones that are like 500 and below, you might get a little bit more activity.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I actually found you on Instagram through hashtags. That's
Wow.
No
how,
way.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
how I
great
found
feedback. That's great
your,
feedback.
it was, I wanna say it was the candle lit warmer that I was like trying to get ideas of. And so I have found it helpful for myself when you put a specific warmer name, like
Oh,
let
Yes.
it know, like
The more
letterboard
specific, the
warmer.
better.
Yeah, so
Write
that's how I
that
ended up
down.
finding yours, is from looking up that specific warmer. Because if not, you can put something
Mm.
warmer, and there's a whole bunch that come up from like the 90s.
Yes. Like
Right.
aloe vera warmer. That's a good one to follow because you can see how everyone's styling it.
Mhm.
So the more specific, even like the scents, like if
Mhm.
I'm talking about a certain scent. And also don't forget to tag other companies too, because like I'll tag like home goods, or if there's like different furniture in there, I'll tag like the companies, Target, Hobby Lobby, or Michaels, or whatever products that are in the surrounding picture. And that's how I've gotten like over 1,500 followers in over like a week, in 1 week, just
Wow.
by tagging home goods, and then they featured me on their page. So that was really just a fun way for you to just get more exposure.
Well,
from
and
hashtags.
I think, you know, hashtags are kind of, I view almost as like a spider web, where you might have an
That's
image,
a great way to look at it. Yeah.
right? That people are going to look at all your hashtags and go, okay, so she hashtagged home goods, something in her picture is from Home Goods, and I want to know what it is. Or,
Mhm.
you know, the people that really do look at hashtags, which I now am doing now that my eyes have been open to the world of hashtags, beyond like like when hashtags first came out, it was like kind of funny. It was like hashtag, you know, and it was like kind of a funny joke. And that's why I never really took hashtags seriously. And like seeing people whose hashtags are longer than their posts, at first I'm like, that's tacky. Like, I don't care what their
Mhm.
hashtags are. I want to read like their why they posted that, or an explanation. And now I'm like, okay, I get it. The hashtags are the explanation. It explains where they
Yes.
got the idea, where they got the furniture or the stand or the vase, or, you know, like I get it now. Like, whoa. Anyway, so hashtags, be specific. Another really good thing that I really loved was do not get hung up on likes and comments. That just because you didn't receive 50 likes on a picture that you might have spent 10 minutes curating, don't get hung up on that. Analytics are crazy. Some people just might not have seen it. Like, there's just so many reasons why any one of your posts didn't get as many likes as you thought it should, because man, that was a good picture, you know? And I spent a lot of time, you know, on the text or the body of it. Why didn't I get comments? Like, you have to be consistent. And that's the thing. So I've noticed with my Facebook group, Facebook VIP page, what I'll do is I'll do it to Instagram first, and then it just ties and will post it automatically to my Facebook. And what I'm noticing is the more I am consistent with it, and the fact that a post is getting posted every single day. I'm literally just doing one a day for now. I'm able to see, which I'll talk about in a second, that more people are seeing it. And I'm like, okay, like it kind of gives me more confidence to just keep doing this and to keep providing value rather than a sale, because people are more attracted to that. And so for me, it's kind of fun to see your work pay off. And I recently did hold on, let me show you. I recently did a post saying that I had a picture of them, of these that I made. And y'all, this was not easy. I'm not gonna lie. These were hard to make.
What is it?
I'm like ashamed to say it. So I bought these cute little clam shells on Amazon. I got 100 of them. And so I was like trying to, see if anybody wanted to go in with them. Anyway, and because they are so small, y'all, it was like I was in chemistry class trying to just do and it was a process, and I'm getting better at it. But what it is 6 different new fragrances. So they're basically getting a fun little scent sampler. And so I just grabbed 6 bars out of my inventory. And because these are so small, to do 1 star, I did 6 the first go around. It literally took 2 cubes. So I can make a lot of these out of the bars that I have because they are so small. So I put like a round label, hand wrote the names on here, like scent sampler, and then just wrote the names of the fragrances. You guys, I had like so much interaction on that Facebook post, to where I've sent out 4 of these, and that might not seem like a lot, but from where I started, like I sent out like 3 of these yesterday. And then I just had one more person say she wanted one. And I'm going to spoil them because I want them like to keep coming back, right? So I made this cute little thing, and I put, one of our not catalogs, but the other sheet, our scent warm of the month brochure. I put up like laundry liquid, washer whiffs, lotion. I mean, like I put so many samples in here, and then I put this thing in there as well. And then just a note that just says, oh my gosh, how are you doing? Because some of these people, like they live in a different state where I grew up in. And so I haven't seen them or talked to them for so long, but three yesterday are people that don't normally buy from me, like hardly ever. So I'm kind of excited. So I'm like totally spoiling them. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are ever wanting to do something like this, let me know, because I can definitely do like a video that shows how I do these, because y'all, my first ones were not pretty at all. So I kind of had to like learn as I went. In fact, I have 4 left, but I know I'm going to need to make more because I want to give these to my girlfriends that I run with for Easter. I'm doing like little Easter baskets for them. So don't just be consistent. Trust me, like just keep putting the work in. And then, so like I said, I'm kind of focusing on Instagram, and the reason for that is like, that's kind of where I really want to focus. Like I do love Facebook, but I love that I can really focus on Instagram, and it automatically posts to my Facebook anyway. So I really don't need to do a lot there. I really want to do stuff on Instagram, because I feel like that is kind of where things are going a little bit more. And I just feel like you have more options. You've got story, reels, IGTV. So when I'm talking, like I said, it's mostly about Instagram. So don't try to be everywhere. Just, pick 1 or 2, if even maybe just 1 platform, and really learn and follow people and engage. Just don't try to be everywhere. Just kind of focus on one thing. Marketing yourself, and let people decide if they want to relate to you or not. So that kind of goes back to kind of putting yourself out there, finding the people that you have commonalities with, interacting with them, and then kind of make that decision. Like, honestly, I'm sitting here going, and this is not to brag, this is more of like a revelation for me of, I kind of have a lot to offer people, in the sense of I have so many things that I like that I'm not putting out there. Why not? And it's because in my head, it's like, well, it's not related to Scentsy. And that's my goal is to sell Scentsy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to stop doing that. And I need to show people who I am, so that I can get those hopefully followers by using the hashtags of people going, oh my gosh, I love to do that diamond art painting thing as well. And so now I'm gonna like you, like I'm gonna like your page. And then in the future, she might look at more of my pictures and go, oh, she sells Scentsy. That's awesome. I had no idea. Well, now that I know we have this in common, I'm going to buy Scentsy from her. You just never know where putting yourself out there and being vulnerable, what that's going to give back to you. And so market yourself and then let the world decide if they're going to relate to you or not, because there's going to be some that don't. And that's okay, because we don't relate to everybody and not everybody relates to us, but you will find those people that do. Flyers, any kind of marketing materials will only work if you already have a relationship with those people. So if you already have a relationship with all of your customers, whether it be local or, like online or club members or whatever, send them all the flyers. You already have that relationship of trust with them that you can just go straight to the sale. There are exceptions. For the most part, though, you want to focus on making connections and what I talked about before making the sale. If you've already got that level of like trust and these are your best friends, they're your VIPs, post all the flyers you want, give them all the flyers because you've already established that friendship. But if not, you do not want to make that your first impression on these people. Their first impression of you should be you as a person, not you as a Scentsy consultant. Your posts are for them, not you. And then what Jilly Sue, kind of the big takeaway that I just spoke on was write a list of all your things, meaning all the things that you love, that you do, that you're a part of, that you have a passion about outside of Scentsy. So forget you're a consultant while you make this list and write down all the things that you love, that you're involved in, that you have maybe that you even have a desire to learn more about. And make a list of all of those things. And then circle the ones that you want to focus on. Because, let's be honest, our lists are probably going to be really long. But don't hold back. Just brain dump and put all the things that you love, like I just talked about. Pick a few and focus on those for a week and do posts about those things. And then maybe pick another topic and, or maybe even just a day, focus on that thing that you love for a day and kind of just see the interaction. I think I'm really excited to do that because I never thought to do that before. So I'm excited to take on this fun little challenge and to write all the things that I love and then seek out those, for me, obviously it's running and I don't follow a lot of people, but I follow companies or a magazine that I get called Runner's World. I follow that company because they have great articles that then I will go read. I follow a couple of companies like Brooks. I love their shoes. I love their sports bras. So I follow their account because sometimes they'll let you know of a sale coming up or whatever. So when you find those things, try to find those things on social media and follow them because it's going to benefit everybody by you doing those actions. I shared before, post tips. Those are kind of the hot thing apparently right now for recipes or a workout or I'm trying to think what else you would post tips for. It can be about Scentsy, because those are going to be the things that people save or question you about. And that's where engagement comes in, is post the tips, ask questions. Oh my gosh, I follow this account. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like a home decor type of, or even not home building, but the first question that they always post on their account is, what's the one thing that stopped you from scrolling past this account? What's the one thing you love about this picture? What's the first thing that popped out to you from this image? And sometimes it's, oh my gosh, I love the beans. oh my gosh, that pop of color on the island, that's what spoke to me. And so now instead of just going, oh, that's really pretty, and then scrolling, I'm now commenting because I want to start engaging more with the accounts that I'm already following. I need to start engaging more with those accounts. So I would encourage you to do the same thing and see what happens. And if anything, it's kind of, yes, I mean, obviously it's the end result is to hopefully get to that point where you're following more people, more people are following you, you've got the hashtags, you've got the networking, you've got the spider webbing, you've got customers, but it's kind of like fun for yourself to actually engage with somebody else's post where it's like, oh my gosh, I love that. And it doesn't mean they're going to try to sell you anything. You're just engaging because you're finding a connection. And that's fun. It's fun to find a connection with people or with products or anything like that. Like Jilly Sue, she just recently started posting about crap. And now I have forgotten what the name of the item is, but it's some sort of a vase, but it has a name. And I'm trying to remember what it was. And I'm like, what is that? So I then clicked on the hashtag, and it's like this company that sells these specific kind of vases. And so once again, like I just learned something new. I have no desire to buy them, but because she focused on that in her page versus Scentsy, even though a warmer was right next to it, she talked about the vases. So that piqued my interest. So I went and looked at the vases. So just kind of keep these, I mean, to me, this is absolutely, it's so interesting to me because it's all about the psychology of social media, which can be kind of scary. Let's be honest, who hasn't watched The Social Dilemma? A little scary, but we're all in it, and that's what attraction marketing is. So it's funny that we're all being affected by it, but yet we all want to do it because it's effective. So share what you're learning. So not only share tips, but share like, guess what I just learned today? I learned that da 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 da. What is something that you learned today? So tips, engagement, ask questions, share what you're learning to get those interactions. Share, like Annie was saying, share accounts that you love. And I love, I follow an account that I actually got from my friend Jamie that she talked about all the time. And I'm like, okay, I finally just need to go see this chick's account. And it's Ponderosa Plaid, Ponderosa and Plaid. The chick's a riot. When she does her stories, she is hilarious. But this girl, her design, the way that she has visions for certain things blows my mind because I'm like, I would never do that. But that was awesome. Like the wallpaper she did for a hallway, I'm like, that's awesome. But it's cool because they will take turns. These like amazing women who all are following each other, they will talk about each other and in their stories and include their either accounts or hashtags or whatever. And they'll say, follow her. And I just think it's cool because it's like you're all empowering each other and you're all rising at the same time. It's not a bad thing. You're not taking people away from you by saying, go follow this girl. They're going to love that you suggested because you like them. They love that you're suggesting one more person for them to follow that can benefit their life. So like, let's all empower each other and just say, hey, if you dig home restoration, oh my gosh, you have got to check out this chick's account. And I'm talking about you, Annie Q. And I apologize. I don't know the name of your account right off the bat, or else I would have said it, but y'all get what I'm saying. Support each other. If they are loving your stuff, show them some love back and refer them to this other person who's doing awesome stuff. You may or may not want to do that with Scentsy people, but by all means, am I going to totally refer people to Annie A for lifestyle pictures? If you love this, you're going to love this, right? And we do that with Scentsy. Hey, if you love our full diffusers, you're going to love our mini fan diffusers because obviously they love diffusers for a reason. And maybe it's because they don't use wax. Well, then you're going to love our pods because they don't use wax either. So it's kind of the same concept, but with people. You love this, you're gonna love this. So share accounts you love and tell your peeps to follow them. And then show up, show your face. If you don't love your face, get over it. Like there's a lot of other stuff going on, but seriously, people want to see your face. Don't just show a product, show you with the product. And I've seen, and sorry, Annie, I'm totally calling you out. Sorry, Annie A. I love the fact that she shows herself holding a product. I love that because it's putting mentally, I see Annie and I see Scentsy because she's holding the product. And I think there is such power in connecting a face with either a name, a brand, an image, or a product. That is attraction marketing. That is brand marketing at its finest. Let's be honest. When you see the Nike swoosh, who do you think of? Bye, Annie Quinn. You think of Michael Jordan. He might not even be on the image of the swoosh, but that's okay. That's maybe who I think about. But there's certain people that we put together with a product because we're so used to seeing them together. So put your face out there. People want to see it in all its glory, in all its mess. It doesn't matter because it's you being authentic. And by you being authentic, it gives people permission to be authentic themselves. And that is where true connections are made, with the barriers down, the filters off. Like, hey guys, as much as like I can be showing my face right now because of my lovely dermatitis, it's getting better, which I'm very happy about, but I literally just can't look at myself right now when I'm doing this, because then that's all I'm going to see. And I don't want that. I want to do that to myself. And I know that people love me, not because of this, but because of this and this. Like I talked about a couple weeks ago, people want to see you because of who you are, not because of what you look like. And the value you provide, they're going to see that more, and they're going to love that more than anything else. So why do you care what you look like? They're not looking at you. They're looking at what you're offering, but it's awesome to see your face.
And Alexis, just so you know, you have mentioned that both weeks, and
I know.
neither week have I noticed it. Like, I feel like, so you should just be super comfortable in knowing, like, can't even tell on Zoom. A close up now, you look like you're a little red under the nose.
Yeah.
But
And you know what?
normally, don't even
over,
notice it.
Like I'm over it because I'm like, I gotta see it every day. And I mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wearing a mask, which is great,
Yeah.
but some days you got to take the mask off. And
So you should feel extra comfortable now.
yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Y'all are my people. I don't care. If I had a big old zit on my forehead, I'd be like, hey guys, check this out. This is my new buddy. He's hanging around for a while. So
Well, I just got back from spin class, so I'm looking
love it.
super
Love it.
lovely right now.
I love it. Don't be afraid to be scared. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. And don't be afraid to show that too. You can be like, this is scary. This is ugly. This is yucky, but this is me. So, answer comments, DM them. She also said, as much fun as it is to think of like funny names for your account, which I do have, because like for my family account, I don't just have my name, because I'm sorry, but with my last name, you got to have fun with that. Hence my t-shirt, right? So it's like, you got to have fun with this, because otherwise what use is having my last name if you can't have fun with it? And so I like to do Side of Mayo for like my family account because it's fun, it's catchy, it is what it is. But for my, some people just kind of have names where you're like, is that really like what you want people to think of? Like, so for me, I don't plan on changing mine because mine's just Sense from Alexis. Sorry, I had to think about that. And I feel like it's catchy, but it's also like mature. It's not juvenile. It's not silly. So you want to be kind of aware of what you're putting out there as far as what you are representing. You want to be taken seriously. And so she said, use your names, meaning like, if you need to, kind of clean up your account, if you need to change some things, go ahead and do that. Make it an account where they know who it is. And that's, why I don't feel like I need to change mine, because it does have my name. That's my email address. So I kind of like to keep things kind of consistent and streamlined, so that there's not too much that, I just don't want to confuse people. But, clean up your account if you need to, brand yourself, create your own brand. Whether it's kind of the overall feel of your page, like I said, you always need to put yourself in the viewer or your customer's shoes. What do you want to see? I want it to be pretty. I want it to be valuable to where I want to save it. I want to like it. I want to comment on it. I want to DM you. I want to follow you. I want to follow all your friends, that kind of thing. Anyway, I think that's it. I think that's kind of all I had. Sweet, 807. Nice. Anyway, so any questions or anything that anybody wants to add before I stop the recording, and then we can chat if you guys want to. Okay, you guys cool if I stop recording?
Mhm.